But let's get into the Thursday night game. Newcastle 15 defeated the Titans 14 on the back of a Mitchell Pearce field goal. What did the stats say here, Barn?
Yeah, so it was 2 tries apiece, 2 out of 2 conversions for the Knights, 1 out of 2 for the Titans. 1 out of 1 field goals for Newcastle, and both teams missed a 2-point attempt. 1 out of 1 penalties, played 2 out of 2 for the Titans. 75% played 86% completion, 30 out of 40 sets, 32 out of 37 for the Titans. 170 post-contact meters plus for the Titans. 2 line breaks to 5, 22 tackle busts to played 28, 7 offloads to 8, 4 forced dropouts by the Titans, a 40-20 by Newcastle, 351 tackles played 326, 1 ruck infringement to 2, 2 inside the 10s by the Titans, 4 penalties conceded on either side, 11 errors by Newcastle, 5 by the Gold Coast. Frizzell made 43 tackles, Tino made 41, Hunt with 185 metres, and Sammy with 210. Bradman Best made 19 tackles, missed 8. Tawala missed 4. Kelly made 8 and missed 3. Fafita with 85 Supercoach points, Ponga with 80, Sammy with 75.
Ollie, you can go first, and then I'll have my say.
Yeah, well, the first thing I want to say, heading into this game earlier in the afternoon, I had a mate actually message me and say as a joke, I can't wait for the Titans to lose due to a Mitchell Pearce field goal, winning the game for Newcastle. I sent it in the group chat, and of course afterwards I was bombarded with messages. But yeah, this was a bit of a somber game, I guess, for obvious reasons. The Titans are still a chance to make the top 8, but boy, it would have helped a lot to have beaten Newcastle. And the Titans were looking the better side, at least for the majority of that first half, I would say. And then the drop-off came, I don't know why, and the Titans sort of tried to get back into it towards the end, and it was just too late. Obviously, it was 14-all, but the Mitchell Pearce field goal was enough to get the job done for the Knights. I thought, in particular, Tyson Frizzell was immense in this game. I know Barney's been bringing up a lot. I think both of you actually been bringing him up a lot this year, how good he has been and sort of how underrated he's been. I definitely noticed that in this game. And from the Titans, Jaden Campbell still playing great. Fafita did what he could off the bench, I suppose, but I feel like he needs to. I haven't actually seen the team list for the Titans Warriors game, but I feel like he needs to be starting that game.
Yeah, 48 minutes from him. I thought Titans were the better team for 60 minutes and easily. I thought Newcastle played like rubbish for a lot of it. They looked like, if they didn't have Kalen Ponga in the team, it looked like there wouldn't have been a chance of scoring. Then Mitchell Pearce started getting his hand on the ball a lot more. It turned the game, just some good kicking, a bit of a sound game management, and just got them set up, and obviously the clutch field goal. But they were able to manage their way, not necessarily by being a better team, but just were able to manage their way into having enough ball in that last 20 to wrestle the game back. I thought up until then they were woeful. If you take Ponga and Pearce out of this team, this is a bottom 4 team. But luckily they've got them. You mentioned Frizzell had some good moments. Barnett. I still think they didn't offer much. But you mentioned Bradman Best. 8 people are still talking up as a Origin player. People that do that aren't watching the game. Fafita owned him every time he ran at him. There was one of them he ran the other way. He nearly croaked it. But so the edges are concerning. But they got through. Mitchell Pearce probably won in the game. Ponga got him close enough to get to that stage. They had the 2 best players on the field for at least the crucial parts of the time. Jaden Campbell definitely got something there. You realise how much of a baby he still is, but very impressive at this stage. And I hope they do strap a rocket to him and decide to make him the first choice fullback next year. Fogarty was good for a lot of that first half, went a little bit missing, and I thought, but he wasn't the only one. I thought everyone went missing the last 20 minutes, and that cost them the game pretty simply. It probably cost them their spot on the ladder. Have I read this right, Barn?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. The attack on both sides of the field, it coughed, it spluttered, it shit, farted, and then just, it fell apart so many times where there was good positions to put on attacking plays, and someone would make a mistake or a ball would go to ground, or they give it back on the inside to a forward who'd take a 3-meter hit up and get tackled. I don't understand what the game plan was for both teams for a big part of this game in their attack. a couple of the tries came directly from just bad one-on-one misses or bad reads in defence. Like that one where Fafita just ran around the outside of Best, around the outside of the centre and scored in the corner. Like surely those two could have put a shot on him, and they just sort of touched him as he ran past them. There's a couple of big momentum swings in this game. The 40-20 was one of them. That was Newcastle had been struggling to get into field position, and that 40-20 basically camped them down on the Titans line for the next 10, 20 minutes. And obviously points came off the back of that. Ponga, as you mentioned, was realistically the only spark in that night's attack. And the best try of the game was probably that little short ball that he gave to Pearce for Pearce's try.
And the problem for Newcastle is, he's their best spark in attack, but he's not even getting put in good positions anymore. No. He has to get there himself and then make it himself.
He's floating around on both sides of the field rather than them setting up any.
But last year, they'd at least play that sweep where they'd give him enough space to do something. Now he's got to manufacture the space first.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other biggest momentum swing in the game was actually that charge down. Like I know at the end of the day, he's doing the right thing by his team, trying to charge the ball down 40 metres out. But Newcastle get the ball back, and then they go 20 metres upfield, and they've got to, Mitch Pearce doesn't really miss many 20 metres out right in front. So it was a great effort to get there to charge it down. But the fact that nobody was with him to try and help clean it up after he had charged it down to begin with wasn't great for the Titans. The starting back row for the Knights were really good. All three of them were really strong. And the Titans bench was immense. You got Mo and Fafita there, who probably should be starting, but they had a massive impact when they did come into the game. Tino and Firma's actually done some really nice things over the last 4 to 6 weeks, and he might get a few extra dollars in his next pay packet. So we'll see what happens there. But neither backline covered themselves in glory at all. Both sevens for each team were good, but Knights back 5 made 7 errors between them. Again, as we mentioned, the backline was in shambles a bit of this game. Ponga with 3 points, Pearce with 2, and Fafita with 1. I think it was pretty plain to see.
I could have flipped him, but Ponga got him to the close enough, if good enough, I guess. So I can't argue that. Just quickly, I didn't mention Mo's not going anywhere. Yes, got him till 2024. So kudos to you, Oliver.
Very smart signing.
Building a good forward pack now.